welcome to the Indian Express Techie channel, and today we are reviewing the Sony Xperia XZ Premium smartphone. Now this is the second smartphone from Sony to sport a 4K display, but this one comes with 4K HDR format as well. Now Sony has made it clear that they want to focus on premium smartphones, but will that be a good enough differentiator? Can it help Sony compete against the top guns, namely Apple and Samsung? Well, here's what we thought of the phone in our review. So first, let's start with the positives of the Sony Xperia XZ Premium. Yes, this is a beautiful looking phone with all glass and metal design. It has Corning Gorilla Glass on the front and back, but it is smudge city at the end of the day. And this one is glossy and therefore can be very slippery. I would suggest that you get a wipe to keep this phone nice and clean if you have OCD. Now coming to the display, sure, this is a 4K HDR display, but this is still old school, because bezels and all. But that doesn't mean the display fails to do what it's supposed to do. It is a premium display and will keep most video buffs very, very happy, given how vibrant it is, though I feel at times it is a little oversaturated. Also remember, this is the only screen which supports 4K videos, so you can watch all of those on YouTube as well. Additionally, if you're an Amazon Prime member, the Prime Video's HDR content will also be supported on this phone. Now coming to the performance, Sony Xperia XZ Premium runs the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor, and as such, performance is not really an issue on this device. Running day-to-day tasks, multitasking, even graphics-heavy games like Asphalt 8, Nova Legacy are not an issue. I wouldn't say the phone has a major heating issue like other Sony phones have had in the past, but it does tend to get warm. Camera is another aspect where this phone really shines. I would say the low-light performance on this is quite good, really in the premium range. Regular images, photos are stunning as well. The colors might seem a bit saturated, and remember, you are looking at these images on a 4K display, but the overall picture composition is pretty good. Now coming to the negatives, I would say the design is too old school and boring. We've seen it all before and Sony does need to spruce it up. The angular design in particular isn't always so comfortable, and yes, this phone is slippery and it doesn't fit so easily in your jeans pocket either. XZ Premium also has a super slow motion mode where it can shoot at 960 frames per second. And while this feature is unique and not present on any other smartphone, it is pretty confusing and doesn't deliver so well at times. The video is too grainy and you're left wondering how to shoot this. There were moments when the camera app didn't open for me and I would have to restart the phone to get this issue sorted. My other issue would be the battery, which I found unpredictable. There were days when it didn't last that long, say 8 to 10 hours. And if I'm comparing in the premium smartphone range, that's not really so good. However, that stamina mode that Sony has added does extend the battery life dramatically. So what's the competition for the XZ Premium? Well, it'll have to be smartphones which are priced above 50,000, given the pricing that Sony has chosen for this. Of course, there's a Samsung Galaxy S8, S8 Plus, the Apple iPhone 7 Plus right now, and yes, the newly launched HTC U11. So what's our verdict for the XZ Premium? Well, this is a top-notch phone, there's no doubt. The camera ticks the right boxes. The overall UI and performance is not bad, though it could be smoother. As far as premium goes, this phone covers it all, and I would say it offers the complete package. However, despite these positives, the design is still outdated and the competition has moved on to bezel-less displays in case of the S8 and the LG G6. Also, that 960 frames per second video thing doesn't really always live up to expectations. This phone might be one of the best bets from the company till now. The only problem, I would say, the competition seems to have moved far out.